never as well.
Very well done. And the ball.
चलो भाई बार्सिलोना ने इक्वलाइज कर दिए.
When we see team Miguel Rubio with certain hamstring problem, he's
Very
recovering.
good, very good.
Xavi, you remember in Mallorca the runs of Gundogan, the diagonals from the right interior to the middle. Well, Xavi giving the same indications to Fermin. Every time that Christensen or Gavi, they have the possession, they need diagonals to the middle.
That's the previous move from Brian Zaragoza. Fantastic move, great finish. Well, great finish, bounce. He was a bit lucky, but the move was good. Yeah, Carlos, I think this is when you play 4-3-3. That's one of the big movements of the system. So when the ball goes to the left and there is a pass back, then the right attacking midfielder has to make a run forward, and then they have to look for this diagonal ball, because he's the foul play that normally nobody is paying attention to, because everybody's looking at the ball. So the player that you don't see from the other side is the one who has to make the run into the area, and normally, of course, it has to be Fermin or Gavi. Because we see how Gundogan is playing more like a holding midfielder. Sometimes Gavi will drop to help him, but when he does that, it's like a 4-2-3-1 with Fermin being the number 10. So a bit flexible, the system. And good game so far of Alvaro.
Player on loan from Man.
कुंडे क्रिस्टियनसन के पास बॉल है. गुंडोगान फॉर्मेशन अच्छा खिला रहा है अपन.
See, they're very tight.
Joao Felix.
Still a space at the back to put up.
ये ग्रेनाडा ने पहला गोल मार दिया, अभी पूरा डिफेंस कर रही है.
Fermin or Joao Felix. So there is a space for the runners.
Closed down very quickly by Lucas Boyer.
And the congratulations of Paco Lopez to Lucas, giving an indication to Brian Zaragoza. Así es que tienes que meter la pata. That's what Paco Lopez said. That's how you need to put the foot, Brian.
That was a good round from Joao Felix.
क्रिस्टियनसन के पास बॉल काफी पैक करके खेल रहे हैं अपने लोग. ये अच्छा तरीका, ये अच्छा मौका. और ये अभी अरे ट्राई अच्छा ट्राई. कोशिश अच्छी थी, लेकिन एक और पास देना चाहिए था शायद. ये देखो रन किया ना बीच में से. फर्मिन को पास देना चाहिए था. It would have been a magnificent attack और गोल मिलता था अपने को. चलिए कोई नहीं आएगा गोल.
Corner in from Gundogan. It's evaded everybody. Gonzalo Villar has held off the challenge and sent one long for Brian Zaragoza. It was an ambitious
बहुत अच्छे Joao Cancelo.
Joao Cancelo doing just enough. Barcelona look to build again.
इसमें काफी ज्यादा पैक करके रखी ग्रेनाडा ने अपने को. ओपन करना पड़ेगा ग्रेनाडा को.
Joao Felix
अच्छा मौका है.
Nobody was there to attack it. Just the sort of position that perhaps the absent Robert Lewandowski would have thrived upon.
लेवेंडोव्स्की आज एब्सेंट है. काफी टफ पड़ेगा गोल स्कोर करने को.
Last season, in the absence of Lewandowski, Barcelona did very well. Played 7, won 7 when he was missing. They beat Real Madrid without him. They beat Atletico Madrid without him. 4 league wins, 2 cup wins, and 1 Champions League win.
Well, the thing is, without Robert Lewandowski, it seems like the team is more dynamic, isn't it? Because there is no a specific number 9. Whoever playing that position is not a striker, so he won't be there waiting for the ball all the time. he will be
Yeah,
moving, he will be
show
dropping,
booting
and the
कर रहा है,
players
लेकिन
will
अपन
take
पीछे चल
that
रहे हैं.
space. So, well, by not having a proper number 9, this is one of the advantages that you have, that the space is empty and can be taken by other players.
Xavi was asked about this in his press conference, the idea that Barcelona might change style slightly in his absence, but he was very sure, very conclusive in his idea that Barcelona won't change their style because of one player missing. Well, here is Balde sending in a low cross.
यही प्रॉब्लम फाल देखो अंदर डालना चाहिए पीछे थोड़ा पीछे पूरा लाइन था अपना
The Albanian international
थोड़ा सीखना पड़ेगा ये सब यंग है ना
to Balde. João Felix is lining up. Oh, one.
जाओ फेलिक्स मस्त शॉट
That had Ferreira scrambling across his goal, and it just whistles wide.
It's clearly his best position, isn't it? He's a player who has to play with freedom, but coming from the left,
चलो अभी और आएगा
it's fantastic. He's got a fantastic strike on goal, so good effort from João Felix. And what you said about the style, it doesn't mean really change the style. Normally the manager's team, every time that you plan a game against a different team, there's always small details that you change. It doesn't mean that because there's no Robert Lewandowski you're going to start playing long. No, that means that with no Robert Lewandowski being as reference, you will have a false number 9, and that means that you'll have to do different movements to get into the box.
बराबर लिवेंडोव्स्की आज नहीं है तो देखो अपनी टीम को काफी ज्यादा डायनामिक नजर आती है क्योंकि एक प्रॉपर नंबर 9 नहीं है तो उसकी वजह से कंप्लीटली मूवमेंट और नॉन ऑफ द बॉल बहुत अच्छा मूवमेंट चलते रहते हैं एंड ये काफी फायदा भी करती है अपनी टीम को. देखिए इधर वापस हमारे पास ऑफसाइड लेकिन फिर भी काफी अच्छा अटैक था.
Granada struck early tonight, but Barcelona just beginning to build and grow.
But look at the position of Gavi. Ferran had disappeared from his position as a striker. He dropped 10 yards, and then that space more or less was taken by Gavi. This is the movements that the players have to do when you play with a false. I don't know if you remember, it was Jose Mari Vaquero who was the striker, and he was not really a striker, so every time that he could just drop 20 yards to receive the ball and play the ball back. So he heard some whistles from the supporters saying, why are you playing back? Well, he played back because 2 or 3 other players, they make the run into that space, so this is exactly the same.
Boye picked the pocket of Fermin. This is VR for Alvaro. Cancelo's given it away.
लमीन के पास बॉल गुंडोगन वेरी गुड ऐसे पीछे
25 minutes played. The early Brian Zaragoza goal separates these teams.
मैं सुना आर्सेनल भी जीत गए मैनचेस्टर सिटी के सामने. जब भी मैनचेस्टर सिटी हारती है जीतती हमारा भी फेट उनकी तरह नहीं चलता रहता है. आज हारी है हमने भी गोल कंसीड कर चुके हैं. देखते हैं अब क्या करते हैं आगे.
Granada basically defending.
अरे बहुत अच्छा हेडर.
Cross it was. It flew over the head of Ignacio Miquel. Alvaro Fernandez Carreras has sent it off, and Barcelona have a corner.
पर रेड टोरेस को अपना सर डालना चाहिए था बीच में स्कोर होता था.
From Gundogan to the near post, appeals for handball against Christensen, I think.
Well, the referee did right. He had to let this finish, and then if it is a goal or something, it's going to be checked by the VR. So good decision for the referee.
A fifth corner for Barcelona, cleared at the near post by Lucas Boye. Lamine. Cancelo over the top.
बहुत अच्छा बॉल था कैंसेलो से फिर से कॉर्नर.
Thought of Ignacio Miquel.
देखते हैं कॉर्नर में क्या करते हैं हम.
Two players were in an offside position. led to a corner. This time Barcelona goes short, and João Felix
काफी अच्छी तरीके से कर रहे
cross away by Lucas Boye and sent back with real conviction from Lamine.
हैं काफी अच्छे प्लेयर है यंग है एंड उसी का फायदा भी उठाते हैं लेकिन थोड़े इनएक्सपीरियंस है ऑफ कोर्स बात यंग है तो थोड़े से इनएक्सपीरियंस तो रहेंगे वो इंप्रूव करना है वो इंप्रूव कर सकते हैं बार्सिलोना जैसे टीम में अंडर ज़ैवी जहां पर वो सराउंडेड है बाय लेवेंडोस्की राफिनिया then players like Ter Stegen, Koundé काफी अच्छी टीम है एंड जाओ कैंसेलो भी है तो काफी अच्छे तरीके से सिखा सकते हैं कि कैसे खेलना है एज अ राइट विंगर इनफैक्ट क्योंकि लोग इन्हें बस मेसी से कंपेयर ना करें मेसी नहीं है वो अलग है मेसी से डिफरेंट है एंड इट्स डिफरेंट इसलिए बेहतरीन है
you should have different solutions.
Gumbau. Wonderful ball for Brian Zaragoza. His second chance of the night. This is outstanding.
खत्म नहीं हुआ अभी बाकी है
Zaragoza.
2-0 अब तो पागदा बस करवाएंगे खत्म
Into climb, and he has climbed it in some style.
बेहतरीन गोल है अच्छा गोल मारा इवन एज अ opponent काफी अच्छा गोल
Well, Tim, exactly what we said before. Brian Zaragoza playing as a second striker. That means that any ball to the space, because he's fast and he's skillful, it will create problems. And this is exactly what he did to Jules Koundé. Jules Koundé is a defender, is a centre back. That's very difficult to dribble, you know. But he did a couple of dummies. We can see Gumbau knows that there is a ball into the space, and Brian is very dangerous. So the ball is perfect from Gumbau. I think that ball was lost, but look how quick he reacts, and then he goes to the right, he dummies that he's going to have a shot, he comes back to the left, and with the outside of the right foot, he finishes. Well, I mean, very difficult to stop, even for a player like Jules Koundé. When you see a player in front of you that he just changes directions 2 or 3 times, it's almost impossible to stop him. He needs to have this.
Tough है काफी टफ है मैच बार्सिलोना के लिए काफी ज्यादा टफ है
You can say after 30 minutes that is the
अभी वो पाग द बस करना देख ही सकते हो उनका फॉर्मेशन पूरे अपने हाफ के साइड पर वाले लोग उनको काउंटर अटैकिंग चाहिए बार्सिलोना ये एक्चुअली प्रॉब्लम है ना आप अगर गेम प्ले देखोगे तो उसमें गैवी ने प्रॉपर्ली मैन मार्क नहीं किया एक सिंक्रोनाइज्ड वे में मैन मार्क नहीं था इसलिए वो ओपन हुआ एंड इसलिए वो पास मिला लोगों को सिंक्रोनाइज्ड वे में सिर्फ सिटी मार्क कर दी बाकी कोई टीम में नहीं है इतना सिंक्रोनाइजेशन में मींस आप रिप्ले देखोगे तो बताऊंगा आपको मैं
And again, congratulations to Paco Lopez, because he played in a different position. He played Alvaro in his position, playing with 2 kind of left backs, Carlos Neva and Alvaro, to protect that left side of Granada, and he moved more central to Brian Zaragoza. That is very, very fast, and well, it's paying off.
2 chances for the hosts, 2 goals.
आ सकते हैं बना तो सब
line now of Granada. Barcelona should do
गिव अप नहीं करने
to make runs at the back of it and put those balls the same as Granada did now with Brian Zaragoza. Barcelona can do, but look at all the Barcelona strikers. They all stop, standing still, looking at the ball. Nobody's making a run. That's very difficult to surprise. Brian selección.
That's exactly what they're singing right now. Chapi was just so crazy. I'm gonna stay with the reaction of a fan a couple of meters behind me, grabbing his head for like a couple of minutes, mouth open, because he just couldn't believe what he just saw. Incredible goal by Brian Zaragoza.
Lamine.
Listen, if a goal like that is scored by Vinicius or João Felix, or we will be talking about this goal for 1 month. It's been a fantastic piece of art.
एग्जैक्टली अगर फेलिक्स या विनिशियस ने आगे गोल मारे होते तो एक महीने के लिए बातें चलती, लेकिन ग्रेनाडा के प्लेयर ने मारा तो लोग भूल जाएंगे जल्दी ही, जबकि वो बहुत काफी अच्छा गोल है अगेंस्ट अ टीम लाइक बार्सिलोना एंड अगेंस्ट अ डिफेंडर लाइक कुंडे एंड ter Stegen गोलकीपिंग में, तो काफी बेहतरीन गोल था, प्लस अपने आउटसाइड ऑफ द बूट से मारा, फैंटास्टिक फैंटास्टिक। इवन एज एन अपोनेंट बुरा तो लग रहा है, लेकिन जब कोई अच्छा गोल देखो ना मजा आ जाता है।
Kunde reacts pretty good. You expect him to have a shot, and then Kunde did well, and he was in position to block that shot, but I didn't expect this second movement from Brian.
It is a piece of art that gives Barcelona a real challenge. Lopez dreaming of another famous win against the Blau Colours. His Levante, who dashed Barcelona's hopes of going to the season undefeated under Ernesto Valverde, a week 37 match in which Levante went 5-1 up and eventually won 5-4. Barcelona couldn't quite write a new piece of La Liga history.
Skill man.
And here they come again. Zuni's gone for goal. Cannons off Christensen, one back by Alvaro. Gundogan taking over and threading one through the centre. Ferran could spin. Is João Felix onside?
Come on,
taking on Rubio and finding an effort that is tipped round the post.
And everybody in the Granada bench claiming it was a clear offside. Paco Lopez clearly mad with the assistants and now talking to the...
Well, it's not offside. I think it's...
No, offside नहीं है.
I think it was onside, and fantastic save from Andre Ferreira.
चलो कर सकते, come on.
And then it comes to the near post. Christensen attacked it. Win another corner.
Granada complaining that Christensen lifted his foot up, but I think it was the defense of Granada who's gone down also with his head. It was Lucas Boyer.
10 minutes until half-time. Barcelona in need of some inspiration. It is lifted up towards João Cancelo, cushioned back into the box, attacked by Koundé, and off it goes rather harmlessly. And Carlos, it looks as if Alvaro is down.
Alvaro is down. Ferran went to check him and he said something to Alvaro, something friendly, but of course the crowd didn't like it. And Alvaro Ferran is still grabbing his face, and the medical staff waiting for the signal of the referee to come in.
Well, there's a clash between Alvaro and João Felix, and I don't know why Ferran is going to just clap his face like that. I think it doesn't make any sense. He could have earned a yellow card by doing that.
देखो आराम को बैठा हुआ है यार, ये डिफेंस है ना काफी ज़्यादा अच्छा रहता है, अपना डिफेंस काफी ज़्यादा सॉर्टेड रहता है डिफेंस.
So to Oriol Romeo. Just 7 outfield substitutes for Barcelona this evening, including Pau Victor and Marc Guiu. Fermin away from Neva. Ferran. Fermin goes for goal. Who hasn't yet been truly tested.
But that was a great move from Fermin. The shot, it was not the best, but the move, the previous move, it was fantastic. How quick it turned.
Gavi. Aimless from Gundogan. Boye tries to slip it for Zaragoza, as he did in the first minute. Zaragoza has found Uzuni, surely not number 3. This time Barcelona are able to make the challenge, and up goes the flag in any case. Jules Koundé is down.
I think the pass from Lucas Boye is a late pass, is offside, Brian Zaragoza, but again, he made the run, he had gone, and then the shot from Uzuni. I don't know what happened there to Jules Koundé, but another one more danger for Barcelona. I think someone falls into his knee.
And he just went down, his knocking his left.
फिर से अभी जूल्स को आप किसको बुलाएंगे आप लोग? मार्कोस अलोंसो. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Gavi fell on him on the outside.
Gavi गिर गया उसको.
Well, potential problem of this lateral ligament. But he
Ronald Araujo warming up.
Yeah, he went down very quickly. And of
Yes,
course
yes, Araujo आना चाहिए.
Well, it's been a bad enough night already for Xavi, without a possible injury for Jules Koundé.
I think Xavi should somehow mainly tell to the strikers what are the movements that they have to do. I think they don't have it very clear at the moment that Ferran drops what to do. But even if they do right, that threat, it will always be the threat of Brian Zaragoza. It will always be there. So at the moment that they lose a ball, central backs have to be very, very careful, very concentrated, and be ready to run with him. Let's see if Jules Koundé can carry on.
This is not looking bad for, not looking good for Barcelona.
He's receiving treatment now.
और आप आते तो अच्छी बात रहेगा, लेकिन फिर भी डिफेंडर इंजर्ड होना काफी ज़्यादा मुश्किल होता है.
Barcelona continue. Here is João Felix. 5 minutes until half time. Brian Zaragoza has stolen the show so far. Two fine goals from him, one very early indeed, and one very special indeed. Jules Koundé is back onto the pitch. Gonçalo Villar has gone for goal with Marc-Andre ter Stegen off his line.
ऑस्ट्रेलिया कैप्टनशिप काफी बेहतरीन लगती है मुझे. इसे काफी ज्यादा पसंद है. इनफैक्ट मेरे सबसे अच्छे गोलकीपर, मुझे सबसे बेहतरीन गोलकीपर ter Stegen ही लगते हैं. सो उनको कैप्टनशिप के लिए तो मैं काफी ज्यादा खुश हूं, लेकिन उनको कैप्टनशिप में प्रूव करना पड़ेगा खुद को.
Granada, but instead of being 5-3-2, now is 5-4-1. So Brian Zaragoza is dropping to the midfield line, and Lucas Boye is the only one who stays forward. So one more player in midfield.
Gavi made the run, Gundogan took his time and now finds Gavi.
Wonderful.
Ferran, back to Gavi. Gundogan rolling it wide. Super challenge from Alvaro, who has some room to attack. He was looking for Lucas Boye, and this one doesn't quite come off.
देखते कैसे हम लोग खेलते बार्सिलोना ग्रेनाडा के अगेंस्ट, आगे कैसे आगे जाते हैं. टैकल अच्छा था काफी, लम्बे मार
Stop, go back, look for someone else, and give some more touches.
बराबर.
Was caught. Barcelona have a free kick. Felix looking for Fermin. Loose from Ferreira. Fermin took too long, and Ignacio Miquel tidies up at the back. Gundogan was unchallenged, he heads it wide. Now they had to retreat under pressure from Uzuni, and Jules Koundé is down again. And Carlos, this does not look promising at all for the French international.
Super mad, Jules Koundé, that goes down, he hits the ground, and Ronald Araujo will be the first obligated substitution for Football Club Barcelona at minute 42. Clear symptoms of pain, and he's clearly mad, Jules Koundé.
Well, it's frustrating because he's a teammate who fell on his knee, so it's nothing that you make a challenge and you raise yourself. I think it was... I think it was the last one when he stepped on and he just felt it again. So
and even more so, Chappie, when you think that it was clearly offside, but of course with the rules now they have to play on.
Yeah.
So it was a little phase of play that was slightly unnecessary in many ways. And in that phase of play, Uzuni clips Gavi. Gavi falls into Koundé, and Koundé is hobbling off. So another blow for Barcelona.
Koundé के लिए बुरा लग रहा है यार. बट अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा डिफेंस करता है यार टीम.
They do have a more than able replacement. Huge disappointment for Jules Koundé. On comes Ronald Araujo, an enforced change before half-time.
Still would have Íñigo Martínez, Marcos Alonso as a possible substitutes for Jules Koundé.
And Xavi did say about the injury list, he said, well, it's not exactly a plague, and of the 4 people that were out, 2 were unfortunate knocks on the ankle. He said it's not a long list of muscular injuries, and tonight another unfortunate one.
Well, that's something that really would worry the staff if it was muscular problems, and then it's possibly that you are training too much or you're not resting, and then you have got up the charges of the training sessions. But if it's unfortunate, if it's a fall or something, unfortunately you cannot do anything about it.
Varane flicks it on.
Five minutes of adding time.
And the truth, team, is that the perception of feeling of this first half is that despite the 2 shots from João Felix, the Barcelona didn't really create any danger to Granada. Granada defending pretty comfortable.
Here is Felix, closed down by Rubio.
+5.
Defending Gavi. João Felix, it ran away from him. He has it back. Lamine has scored for Barcelona.
1-0. 2-1. And Lamine हमारा अपना पहला गोल मारते हुए काफी अच्छी बात है.
At 16, he is the youngest ever goal scorer in La Liga.
Youngest ever goal scorer in La Liga. याद रखना उसका नाम Lamine Yamal.
Back in the game.
There's clearly no offside. There's 2 players deeper than Lamine Yamal. João Felix is fighting for the ball. It falls to Lamine, who doesn't strike it at first. It just makes a control to make sure that the ball stays with him. Good control with the outside of the foot, and then finishes. It's a finish, but again, it's in history. Now Barcelona back on the game. We said that they haven't created anything. Well, after 1 minute they score, and that's a completely different game now. This is the moment that you don't want to concede a goal, isn't it? You're leading 2-0 and you play against Barcelona at home. You don't want to concede in the last 5 minutes, but well,
a goal almost out of nothing. A ricochet and a bobble, and through it ran favourably for Lamine, who was never missing from there. Still 3 minutes to play. goes Lamine. He slipped. Alvaro takes over.
प्रेसिंग काफी अच्छा कर रहे हैं बार्सिलोना.
And there is pressure from Lamine. And Granada slightly lucky that didn't fall closer to Ferran Torres.
अच्छा कर रहे हैं.
So Lamine, at 16 years and 87 days, is the youngest ever goal scorer in the Spanish top division. He breaks the record held by Fabrice Olinga, who scored for Malaga in 2018 at home to Celta at 16 years and 98 days. So this was his last opportunity, Chappie, to break that record.
Well taken.
Torres काफी अच्छा ड्रॉप कर रहे हैं.
Goal of the season, if you include international, scored for Spain against Georgia, another record-breaking goal.
And again, Team João Felix being involved. He had 2 chances by himself. He fights for that ball. He gives that ball to Lamine Yamal. So, well, that's been a great signing for Barcelona.
Araujo was a good run and a good pass for Lamine. And wonderful vision there from Lamine, trying to find Gavi. Couldn't quite execute it.
चलिए कोशिश करते हैं. यंग प्लेयर को कोशिश करते रहना चाहिए.
And Carlos, what a different complexion this goal gives the game.
Well, it was a total silence after that goal of Lamine Yamal. Just a quick anecdote here. Puerta, that is warming up for Granada, he just asked the assistant referee what happened there, and the assistant referee told him, well, Neva was clearly habilitating Lamine Yamal, exactly what happened. But now, more whistles than anything here in Granada.
10 shots from Barcelona, just 2 from Granada, but they made them both count. Alvaro goes long. Christensen stoops to head away. And having found their way back into the contest, Barcelona must stand firm now. Lucas Boyer, who has been a real handful and worked so hard defensively tonight. Here is Zaragoza, skips away from 2. 3. And it is Cancelo who just gets back. Granada have their first corner of the evening.
It's so difficult when he just does this 2 or 3 times. And there was a great variation from João Cancelo, but it's very difficult to stop this type of players.
Gerard Gumbau, 1 assist already. Delivers the corner. Down went Rubio in the centre. Ricard sends it back.
And half time.
And the referee blows for half-time. It has been an extraordinary half. It has been a historic half. It looked as if everything was going wrong for Barcelona. 2-0 down. And Jules Koundé forced off injured.